Sometimes you need that motivation when you're laying in bed and can't get up in the morning. You're just wondering if your good is good enough. I could feel the emotion when Deku left All Might and he was left thinking he could do better. I could feel the emotion when Class 1A wanted to get Midoriya back. It's just sometimes we're faced with things that we don't understand. We want to hide. We want to run. We want to isolate from ourselves. And that oftentimes happens with depression. You know, we want to be as far away from people as possible because they don't understand us. They don't understand what we're trying to do. In hopes of isolating yourself, you try to not be a burden, but the opposite is true. It's actually the inverse. You matter. And that's why motivation is important, because it made me realize that even heroes need motivation. And this comes to perspective that there's always someone that you can look to be inspired by, as Deku was inspired from his class, as All Might was inspired from Hero Killer Stain. And I think it was very sentimental when even All Might, the strongest hero, was able to go in tears when Hero Killer Stain was talking about him, showing him that his presence does matter and that his worth was not tied to him being a hero necessarily, but it was tied to him being him. His want and drive to help people was enough. And it didn't matter if he didn't have that strength to back it up. And it's crazy because he would kill 40 people at that time. So to have a murderer inspire you, it's crazy. And then even Midoriya, he has one of the strongest abilities now to ever even exist in My Hero. And even he's getting burned out by the weight of trying to do what everybody wants him to do. And I think a lot of times in life, we want to do what is best for everyone else besides ourselves. It's self-sacrifice. People praise self-sacrifice so much that we want to try to do that. We want to try to emulate it. However, it's still self-sacrifice. We chip away little and little more of who we are just to please other people, which it shouldn't be that way. In a way, we should be able to give when we want to give and still have that support when we are weak and when we are vulnerable. And that's why I thought this scene was powerful, because people, family, friends, they can help you. You can still be part of that large community. You do not have to isolate yourself. And you can actually bathe every day, preferably, because we know Midoriya, he was struggling with that. And it was very interesting when Ochako was speaking, because she was highlighting who do heroes go to when heroes need help. Honestly, it kind of showed to the audience how much of an importance that people who love heroes, people who love and support you, have on the impact of the hero's performance. And just like that, you know, motivation comes in. Sometimes our biggest motivation isn't within ourselves, but it's with other people being around to support us. I'd love to say that you don't need anyone, but sometimes you do need someone. Sometimes you need a shoulder to cry on. Sometimes you need help. And that's okay. We're all human. And even if you don't have that help, just look at yourself. Look within what you bring to the table. The gifts, the powers that's bestowed into you, you have that. You have the power to continue to keep moving forward. And then I think that's what highlights each individual person is a hero. Though that kindness wasn't shown to you, you can show that kindness. You can show that motivation. You can show that willpower to other people. And then they will see that. You'll start to notice that very same thing that you want, you've been missing, you can give to other people. You can be that impact and make that large difference. Like Ochako said, Deku is just a person. He's just a person with special powers. You know, we don't have to always look at someone as so much greater than thou, when, like, we all have gifts. And that doesn't make us any better than the next person, but it just means that we have the power. We have the power. You're more important than what you think or what you'll ever know. And I know you'll do some great things. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Static Sean out. We're all heroes. Deep inside, we're all heroes.